Okay.
What what was that?
Christian asked me to do a clap, and I did it.
Well, yeah.
Have you ever played tennis with your hands? There's this game called tennis, right?
Wait. You said play tennis with your hands. I think you're supposed to use your hands when you play tennis.
No. It's like,
what?
You ever play like Bloody Knuckle?
Yeah.
Okay, so tennis,
okay,
see the air quotes, is kind of similar to that. It's something my older brother used to do to me. So pretty much we hold hands,
okay,
we shake hands, and then I slap your hand, then you slap my hand.
Okay.
And then I slap, and we just keep going until like one of us like chickens out.
What the fuck?
I did that at a retreat once, and I popped like 5 different blood vessels in my this entire portion of my hand was just red.
Yeah, we're not going to do that.
It was fantastic.
Why?
Because I wanted to be tough, like Rocky.
Rocky.
Segue.
Oh my gosh! We're talking about Rocky. Paulie. Okay, wait. Before we start, I just want to say, thank you for doing this, Josh.
You treat me like I'm just some guest.
I'm just
the co-host.
Yeah, you're good. Okay.
Nevis,
yeah, sure.
Thank you for joining me on my podcast.
Yeah. Anyways, this is a good start to our podcast.
Yes, everyone, welcome. This is our first episode. If
this
it's
is our
shit,
first
we're not
episode.
gonna do any more.
No, we're gonna do more. Josh, you know what? I'm gonna recast you. I'm gonna get Chris Hemsworth, and we're gonna have to change this entire format. But I'm okay with that.
I thought he was saying like recast, as in like I was gonna be in another short film. I was like, sweet, my next bit. Oh wait, no, he's fucking fired me. Yeah, well, I'm just gonna go fuck myself then.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, but yeah, we've known each other since what, grade 10?
Grade 10.
And I remember one of the first things we talked about was, because we were both on Cross K, Rocky, because I was always listening to Rocky.
Yeah,
like. It's just so weird because whenever I talk to other, like, my friends at uni or even, like, guys I knew back in high school, they never watched Rocky. I mean, the guys at uni, they knew Rocky only because of Creed.
Right.
Fucking normies.
I know, right?
Posers. So I'm like, it was fun for me to meet you because I was like, oh, shit, this guy actually watches Rocky. Sweet. Yeah. What got you into Rocky?
I think what got me into it was just, like, my dad talking about it. He's just like, oh, you've seen Rocky, right? I'm like, no. And he's like, what? So what he would do is he would literally like show me the Blu-ray. He bought the Blu-ray for me.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're gonna watch all 6 of these. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I saw all 6 of them from like Rocky 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Rocky Balboa.
Yeah.
And I just had like just the most fun watching them and stuff like that. It's weird because like the first Rocky, I remember seeing it, and it's so mellow compared to the other ones.
Oh, definitely. I mean, Rocky 2 is also pretty mellow compared to the other ones. Mm-hmm. Rocky 3 is definitely when it became like a fucking movie. Like,
well, no. The thing is, like Rocky, the first Rocky's one of my favorite movies, and it's mainly because of like just how it was all made, the behind the scenes and stuff like that, like Stallone writing the script and stuff like that, and how it took like 28 days to shoot.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. Stallone, like, he talks about it and how, it was a really tough time for him because of how quick the production was, the editing, the reshoots. But it turned into a classic. And,
definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, considering that we're talking about it, like, what, fucking 40, 50 years afterwards? How long ago were the 70s?
1976, so you're kind of close. It's like 45 years ago.
Yeah, I'm trying to think how old is my dad.
Josh, you were better at math than me. I'm a little bit concerned now.
See, the thing about it is that I'm very nervous because Christian's very handsome.
Christian's very handsome. If he's handling all the equipment right now, so whatever happens, Christian can just be like, you know what? I'm plugging the audio out of Josh's.
He already told me I'm not going to get a ride home.
So he's not going to get a ride home. He's going to have to walk home.
Yeah.
Which, how long would a walk be? Like an hour?
I mean, at my pace, it would be like really. It would probably be like 2 hours. I think I've never walked because my grandparents live relatively close to you.
Yeah.
I think once I was about to make the walk from my parents' house to my grandparents' house, I didn't. Obviously, my older brother's done it, and he said it took him like an hour and a half or 2 hours. And it was also in the snow.
Yeah.
But back to the topic at hand.
Yes.
Rocky. So it's weird because I actually got into Rocky like. I got into it differently because my dad's not some film like enthusiast.
Right.
Like my dad just watches movies. He's just a normal guy.
Oh yeah.
And then there's me, and I kind of like really like movies, and I've seen a lot more movies than my dad. So it's weird. I got into Rocky because one time on cable television, I was like fucking 8 years old.
Yeah.
And Rocky 4, the best one, was on TV. I actually think Rocky 4 is actually not the best one. I actually really, really, really like Rocky 2.
Okay.
Yeah. But Rocky 4 is definitely the second best in that case.
Yeah.
No, Rocky 4 was on TV, and I was like, oh my God, this is freaking amazing.
Yeah.
I was like 8 years old. This guy's doing one-arm push-ups. He's fighting the Russian. And I remember I was 8 years old, and I thought that Ivan Drago wasn't human. I thought he was a robot because of that line when Duke's like, he's not a machine. He's not a machine. He's a man. When Rocky gets him to bleed. You remember that?
Can we talk about that character, Duke Evans? So if anyone who hasn't seen the Rocky 4 yet.
If you haven't seen Rocky 4, get the fuck off my podcast.
Well, Josh, let's be honest. Like, let's not be too aggressive.
Oh.
Okay? Like,
Is that what we're doing? Am I good cop and you're bad cop? I thought we were...
I don't know what the fuck I am.
I mean, you were just being mean to me. You and Christian.
Yeah, I'm always like that to you.
Anyway, you're onto something.
Anyways, yeah, so the character Duke, he was Apollo's trainer, and in Rocky 4, spoilers, Apollo Creed passes away. He dies in the ring and stuff. By the way, are we supposed to look at the cameras? No?
Why not?
Why not? We can look at that one. Can we look at this one?
But why?
Okay. Cause?
Just cause?
Just cause.
What about my John Krasinski, like Jim Halpert going... Well,
identity theft is not a joke. Is that? I don't know.
Yeah, it's from The Office. You've never seen The Office?
I don't watch a lot of shows.
I understand that feeling.
Anyways, where was I going?
You were explaining who Duke was, but then you weren't explaining Duke. I feel like you just went off on a tangent that went off on another tangent that went off onto another. Who is Duke?
Welcome to the podcast. Anyways, yeah, so Duke was Apollo's trainer, and Apollo dies in Rocky 4, and Apollo's like, I'm going to train Rocky and stuff. But when Rocky's fighting Ivan Drago during the scenes and stuff like that, like Duke looks more sweaty than Stallone. I don't know how the fuck that happens, but he's just like, he's not a machine, he's a man.
That's low-key what inspired the Michael Bay like school of film, where like every character just looks like they got spritz with the fucking spray ball. Like I rewatched Transformers. Rewatched Transformers 3 recently, and I'm like, holy shit, they just look so sweaty and glossy and sticky.
Yeah.
They look like me when I'm walking back from the gym. Like as soon as my workout's done and I just walk out the door, that's what I look like, because I'm just still like sweaty, but I'm like sticky. That just looks so uncomfortable.
I mean, like those Transformers films, the one thing that confused me, because I remember seeing the third one in theaters.
Yeah.
I was like 11, and I remember when the robots were fighting, like at the very end, Optimus is like fucking slicing the robots up, and it's like a slow motion shot of like one of the robots like splicing in half. And
was it when the Knuckles came up, when he killed Shockwave?
I think so, but they were bleeding red blood.
Huh?
They were bleeding red blood, and I was 11 years old. Like, wait, the robots? Why the fuck are they bleeding blood? Red oil?
Yes.
It looked like blood,
but it's oil.
You know what? I'm not
vitamins. It's their vitamins.
I'm not gonna question the Arturo filmmaker
Optimus
known
Prime
as Michael
takes
Bay.
his
So
Jameson vitamins, his extra vitamin C, a good multivitamin, and some zinc. And obviously, Ironhide takes a bunch of iron.
I mean, yeah, that's a given. But anyways, yeah, that was Duke.
Yeah, well, I was trying to get onto like how I got to Rocky, and you cut me off, which I love you for.
I'm sorry.
No, I just remember like being 8 years old and Rocky 4 ends. You know, I was like, oh my god, that was so cool. The workout scenes, whoa, wow. And then I remember like being 8 years old and trying to fucking do one-arm push-ups, but I didn't even know the technique.
No.
So I would like try to bounce. There was a couch that my dad was sitting on, so I like got onto the floor and I got into a regular push-up form, because I was doing push-ups, but I put one arm behind my back and I tried to like balance myself against the
Did you
couch.
fall on your face or something?
I went down. I never came back up, and I had to get up. I was like, "Dad, look, I'm freaking Rocky." And then I remember like it was on for a while.
Sorry.
Because
were you Dr. Evil when you were a kid? He's like, "Look, Dad, I've got freaking laser beams attached to their heads. Austin freaking Powers, mini me." I'm sorry, Josh.
No, I wasn't cussing when I was a little kid. I was a good boy.
That's good.
But yeah, so then I feel like with cable television, they put on the same movie over and over again for at least 2 weeks, and then they like Shawshank Redemption, and it's on like every day, or like, you know, Rocky 4, and it's on like every day at the same time for like 2 weeks, or like every few days. So anyway, Rocky 4, we're watching it again in my parents' room, and you know, the movie's done. We're watching the credits and everything, and I'm like, oh, is there Rocky 3 too? I was a fucking idiot. You said I'm good at math. I wasn't good at math until I was in grade 9. And my dad's like, yeah, and I think there was a 5th and a 6th one after this. And I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
And then I got to middle school. My buddies liked Rocky, so I ended up watching the Rocky movies when I was like in grade 7, and I was like, oh, these are pretty good movies. Right. I just remember being really, really confused when Rocky and Adrian first like got together in the first Rocky movie. Yeah. Because it was so like, Adrian, I'm gonna give you a kiss.
That's
when I take these glasses off of you. Mwah.
That's the one thing. I'm gonna be honest. What I find really unique about the first Rocky compared to the other ones, because my personal favorite is the first Rocky.
Understandable.
And the reason why is like the romance between him and Adrian is so unique, so different that like when you see a rom-com nowadays, it's just like, oh, you know, it's just kind of the same thing over and over again. It was like, oh, you know,
rom-coms, just like movies in general.
Yeah, no, that's
every
true.
character needs to have a girlfriend or a boyfriend or something.
But like, yeah, what made the first Rocky very unique was like just how different Adrian and Rocky were together as a couple.
Yeah, man. The man came up with the guy came up with a new joke for her every day. Do you know how hard it is to come up with jokes?
Yeah,
it's fucking impossible.
It's well, for you it is, but like I don't know. I think it's pretty easy. It's just like, you know,
you're so funny. But like, sorry. Yeah, I definitely would say like my favorite Rocky villain is definitely Apollo Creed. Yeah. Very close second is what's his name, Drago. Because, you know, he destroyed.
What about Thunderlips?
Thunderlips is like in his own tier.
Oh yeah,
Hulk Hogan. Thunderlips, I cannot do a Hulk
That's
Hogan.
not how Hulk Hogan talks, but it's okay.
I just remember being like watching Rocky 3 the first time. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Because I just watched Rocky 2 and Rocky 3, and so I was like, what the. These films like had like a vibe, and it's not there anymore. No. It opens up. Rocky's all of a sudden in ultra good shape.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he didn't have all those abs in the last movie.
Look,
he looked like a legit boxer in the first movie. In the third movie onwards, he looked like Rambo.
I mean, like he worked out a lot. You know, I think his trainer during that time was Franco Columbu.
Oh yeah, and he was also taking the Jamba Juice.
Oh yeah,
absolutely,
that too. Jamba Juice.
Yeah.
Jamba Juice. Sorry. Yeah.
The good juice.
The good shit.
But actually, like the thing is, I fucking hated Clubber Lang.
You hated Clubber Lang.
Clubber Lang. And honestly, he's a good villain.
Yeah.
I just hate his character. Like I can't watch. I recently have been rewatching the Rocky films.
Yeah.
And I skip 3 every time, and I'm sure it's a great movie, and I'm sure I'm missing out on a lot. I hate Clubber Lang because of that one comment he made about Adrian at the at the rally where he's
hey,
like,
woman.
Yeah,
hey, woman.
That just gave me so much. Like I was like, I want to shoot this guy. I would like Rocky's rage. Like I was like totally understandable, and then he loses, so I was like, maybe it's a sign that's a good movie, but I just hate. I hate Clubber Lang with a passion.
That's fair. I'm the same with another movie in the franchise. I think you know which one.
Yes.
Should we talk about the black sheep of the franchise before we get into anything else?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Yeah.
So the one movie I've only seen twice. I've seen it twice. All the other films I've seen more than 5 times at least.
Yeah.
Is Rocky 5. Now, Rocky 5 is, in my opinion, a very rushed movie. It felt rushed. The acting is not as great as the other ones. I feel like the director, because it's not Stallone who directed that one. I think the original from the first one directed it. And
like, didn't he have he changed the ending though, didn't he? Stallone.
Oh yeah, no.
Were they supposed to kill him at the end?
Yeah. So the original ending of Rocky 5 was instead of like beating Tommy Gunn in the street or whatever.
Yeah.
He just fucking dies. And Adrian just is holding Rocky and is like, yep, that's the movie. I'm like, no, what?
Rocky's about perseverance, man.
You can't kill Rocky. Like,
I don't think they'll even have the guts to kill him in Creed 3. They're just gonna write him out. Like,
yeah.
Like, I mean, they did a decent job of writing him out of the franchise at the end of Creed 2.
I think that's the way to handle it, because like, if you show Rocky dying on screen,
Josh is gonna feel very sad.
I'm gonna feel sad too, man. Like, it's rough. It's pretty crazy. Sorry, I'm just getting distracted because like Christian's just like giving.
He's just so handsome.
He's giving us these signals. Like I don't know what this means.
He keeps doing this, and I don't know.
Well, Christian, he's doing it to you. I'm getting
Christian,
these ones like a bird. Mean? What does that mean?
Christian, look at me.
Oh,
what does this mean?
Josh, move your mic back. So apparently Josh doesn't know how to use a mic.
Listen, I didn't take media. Back off.
Back off. Okay.
This is good enough for you, Christian?
Oh, boy.
You can talk.
I think, you don't have to talk, but you can. We're not like forcing you to like.
It's not a formal podcast, my friend.
Yeah. It's okay.
This guy's imposing all these rules on me. I feel so fucking.
He's not going to talk. It's okay. Anyways.
Okay, that was a mistake.
Anyways, what do you do? What'd you do?
I fucking bumped into the microphone.
Oh, did it hit your dick or something?
It's like my massive cock.
Josh, why? Actually, yeah, this is our first podcast, and you just heard Josh right. You know who's gonna watch this, right? You know who's gonna watch it. Everyone's gonna watch this,
and now everyone's gonna know that I have a massive. Wait, who's everyone?
Oh, you know everyone.
No, I don't. Stop doing. Can you stop speaking to me in these backwards riddles?
It's okay.
No, give me the answer.
No, it's okay.
You don't just drop in something.
What
like
if
that
I sent this to your family? Like,
please don't. Please don't.
I just.
Is that who everyone is?
Skip it up.
Anyways.
Okay. Yeah.
So I was reading. I was actually reading this thing on Wikipedia after I'd watched Creed 2. That they're thinking that obviously they're going to do Creed 3.
Yeah.
And they're thinking about making the antagonist of Creed 3 Clubber Lang's son. How do you feel about that?
See, I think that's kind of lazy writing. What do you think?
Like, same. I was like very disappointed.
I honestly though, because like the thing about the Creed movies that I found so interesting is like when I first heard them get announced, the first Creed, I was like, oh, that's a new twist of like how to do it. It's like Apollo Creed's son. He's getting into the ring and stuff like that. Stallone's Rocky's going to be the trainer.
Yeah.
It's a new twist. It's a different thing. It's like refresh on the Rocky franchise while also trying to do like new directions and stuff. Creed 1 is good for that. Creed 2, they want to say, okay, this is Ivan Drago's son. He's going to fight Apollo Creed's son. It's like that type of family dynamic. But unlike the Fast and Furious films, it's done better. No, it's just, I think so.
You just pissed off an entire demographic of
insert shitty Vin Diesel meme here. But anyways.
I don't got bags. I got family.
Where am I? I'm sorry. That's more Christian Bale.
She did it for you, Dom. She did it for you.
Just they shouldn't even call him Dom anymore. It was like, hey, Vin Diesel,
his
can you
name
drive
is
the car?
Yeah.
Thank you, Ludacris. We shall go driving. Anyways, the Creed movies were like that. So
I feel like personally, like because I think Creed 2 was fantastic because it brought back Drago's son.
Yeah,
and they definitely did a great job with Drago's character.
Exactly.
Now the thing is, I feel like the franchise itself would have suffered if, say, they opened Creed 1 out with, this is Apollo Creed's son, and this is Drago's son.
This is Drago's son. Yeah, it would be too much.
It would be too much too quick. Yeah. I feel like it was a good thing to like let Apollo Creed, Adonis Creed come into his own character in his own movie. Yes, Rocky is the only callback, and then the whole like Adrian's past, Paulie has now passed because in Rocky 6 he was or Rocky Balboa he was there.
He was there. Yeah.
But other than that, it's very much an Adonis Creed centered film. Yeah. You know. And then Rocky or Creed 2 brings more of like the nostalgia of Rocky 4 and like, what people are like, are they gonna bring back Drago?
Yeah.
They fucking did.
They did.
And I think that was a great thing to do, especially because Drago is such a like important event. Thing is, even if they did do Clubber Lang's son, why would you? It's just Clubber Lang had nothing to do with Apollo Creed. Clubber Lang said one mean thing to Apollo, and that was it.
Yeah.
There's no
closer connection than Ivan Drago's.
Exactly. So my problem with that is like I agree it's lazy writing and there's no real weight. Like if there was something big in the past, sure, it would make sense. But I don't want the Creed movies to go into this direction of like, oh, it's Rocky. It's really just Rocky again, but now they're the kids.
They're the kids.
Why? Don't do that.
Yeah,
who's next? Tommy Gunn's fucking illegitimate son?
Yeah. Actually, you know what? You want to bring up Rocky 5? Like talk more about that?
Yeah, you did bring it up and I cut you off again.
No, don't worry. And then we'll go back to Creed 3 because there's a lot to talk about in both movies. I feel like Rocky 5 had something going for it.
Yeah.
Like, for example, Tommy Morrison, I think he's a great actor. The guy was 21 when he played Tommy Gunn in Rocky 5.
Aren't you 21?
Aren't you 21?
I'm 20.
When are you going to turn 21?
I'm going to turn 21 in December.
So as you can see, we're not Tommy Morrison shape.
Not yet. Give me 6 months and I'll look like him.
But at the same time, the dude was crazy. He was a great boxer and he fought great. He was a great actor in Rocky 5. He
did a great job, definitely.
Right? It's just that, the story itself didn't feel like it was as strong as it could have been.
agree and disagree. Now, obviously, I'm not going to fight you on the fact that you don't like it. Everyone's entitled to each their own.
No, of course. Yeah.
Now, if you say that you enjoyed The Godfather 3 better than The Godfather 2, then I'm going to have to like drop that barbell on top of your head.
I'm just saying. I'm just kidding.
Andy Garcia and his Italian sausage.
Hey, look, Andy Garcia is a great actor.
Definitely.
It's Sofia Coppola that
is a great director.
We'll get to that when we get to that.
Yes.
Anyways, go on.
Rocky, I actually enjoyed Rocky 5. I actually enjoyed it. And I feel like one of the reasons is also because I watched it a lot.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I saw it, I didn't like it as much as I do now. And that's because, I watched it, in my bedroom when I was 13, when I was binging the Rocky movies for the first time. The next time I saw it was my family and I had gone to Trinidad, and we were at this, I don't know if it's a resort or anything, but we were at this beach.
Yeah.
And in our little house, there's a TV and everything.
Yeah.
Did Christian just take a picture? You fucking messed up my bit. Now I gotta.
No,
you
know
get back in
what,
character.
Josh? He's gonna do it either way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna blackmail Josh.
Joshua Bizoon.
Anyways, go
Anyway,
on.
so we're at this little house thing, and we only get a few channels, and I think Rocky 5 was just on constantly. So I watched Rocky 5.
What an odd movie to run constantly.
So I watched Rocky 5 like I'd say about at least 7 times over that, like however long we were at the little resort thing.
Yeah.
And I grew to enjoy it, and I was like, you know what, this isn't that bad. I like that. One thing I really like is that Rocky's such a great boxer, and you would think, oh, if you're a great boxer, then you'd be a great trainer. You should train somebody when you can't box. And just like when if say you're good at math, and you're like, you should tutor people. Not everyone's cut out for that. Like I was a math tutor, and I feel like I wasn't cut out for it. I was decent at math back in high school, but I feel like the teaching part I wasn't that great at. I could teach other things, weightlifting. I could teach because I'm a trainer.
Yeah.
I've taught my younger brothers how to wrestle.
Right.
I could teach that kind of stuff. But things like math, like things that are like you have to be a bit intellectually like intelligent. I don't know. I feel like I lose my patience easily. Like if I'm trying to, even like in some areas of training, like if I'm trying to teach my youngest brother right now, I'm trying to teach him how to deadlift. And I'm like losing my mind at him. I'm like, keep your fucking back straight. And I'm like, you fucking ass. And then I'll be like, all right, this is a learning moment.
Get a shitty back when you're older. I don't
just
care.
like me. But it's a learning moment for both of us. It's me learning how to control myself, and it's him learning, actually how to deadlift and not be scared of me.
I mean, yeah, you are a scary person.
No, I'm not.
just kidding.
I said get the fuck out of my car because you wrote that line.
Okay.
In
terms of acting, you're a great actor when it comes to... Oh my gosh.
Oh, Cupid.
Did you say Q-tip?
I'm so used to saying Q-tip.
It's because Christian always said Q-tip when we were filming. And yeah.
Here's the funny thing. That was me, bro. I was one that said Q-tip. That was going to be the porno.
I fucking hate you so much right now. God damn it. Go back to the story.
Anyway, yeah, I think Rocky was because again, I was mentioning that some people, even though you're good at something, doesn't mean you're going to be a great teacher of it.
Yeah.
Because teaching itself is a skill.
Yeah.
So I like that they took Rocky, who's this great boxer, he's a champion, blah blah blah, and he's a shitty trainer.
Yeah.
Like in the sense of like, he taught Tommy how to box, but a lot of the interpersonal portions of it, like helping Tommy feel validated, not letting Tommy be in his what's it called? Shadow. All of that stuff. Rocky kind of failed at. He made a great boxer, but he kind of neglected a huge portion of Tommy, which was Tommy himself.
Yeah.
And it also showed in his son, the way he treated his son, and it ruined his relationship with his kid.
Yeah.
I thought that was a very interesting way, like to just show that even though he's the protagonist of the film, he has a lot of flaws and he's not perfect. Rocky isn't this perfect, oh, I can do anything,
No, yeah.
I feel like it's similar to like, do you watch Avatar: The Last Airbender?
I've heard of the show.
Okay, well, there's a sequel series called The Legend of Korra.
Oh, yeah.
And it's pretty much like the leads of it are the children of the kids from the first show. So in Avatar: The Last Airbender, it's like a gang of like kids. Have you seen Avatar, Christian? You haven't? You guys are fucking
I saw the
plebs.
M. Night movie. Does that count?
No, that doesn't. Oh my God.
Yeah,
I tried to. We'll talk. I'll save that for another time.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, go on with The Legend of Korra.
Legend of Korra kind of touches on the fact that Aang, the star of like the main character of Avatar: The Last Airbender, wasn't the greatest dad. He neglected his 2 other kids in favor of his youngest son.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't like that, but I'm like, you know what? I think it's really interesting that you're showing that these characters can be flawed. A lot of people hate that. I think it's all right. And I feel like it's the same with the Rocky movies that, yes, Rocky's is a great character, but, he has his flaws. He's not the greatest. He can fail at parenting sometimes.
Yeah. I'm more, in concept, it sounds good. But in execution, I feel like Rocky 5 had so many weird moments that it just felt like poor writing. Like the part was like, oh, Paulie, he lost all our money. And it's like, oh, so now you guys are just poor? And that's how you go back to Philadelphia. And
yeah,
it's like that part's weird. The part where it's just like,
I can't do anything about
also, yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
That doesn't. But in all fairness, that kind of led to Rocky Balboa going back to basics. So I'm like, well, I mean, I guess that's a transition. I wouldn't say good. I don't think that's a good transition from being rich to poor. That's a pretty dumb way.
Yeah, that's a pretty like. I don't even know what the word is.
Paulie do be a piece of shit in all the movies.
And you just went straight there.
Can we talk about how Paulie is just really shitty, but like at the same time funny?
Let's see. Christian, can we talk about that?
What?
Time.
What?
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, yeah, no, because the viewers don't see it, but Christian's literally going from camera to camera, just checking up on it to see which one's going to die first. Very professional.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically when one switches, you gotta switch it.
Fun
You gotta
times.
switch it. But
okay, yeah, let's talk about Paulie. I don't like Paulie
at all.
I like him a little bit. I like him more than Clubber Lang.
I mean, yeah, he's Paulie's though, like kind of a.
But I'm just like
person.
You're so entitled. Shut up.
Yeah.
You lost all their money.
Yeah.
What do you mean you owe her? What do you mean Adrian owes you?
Yeah.
I cook for you. I clean for you. I'm good to you, Paulie.
Yeah.
And you made me feel like I was a loser. Well, I'm not a loser. You're busted.
So-
Oh!
Are we gonna recreate that scene? Because that's one of the best scenes ever in the movie.
And we'll get Christian to hold one of us by the collar to be like,
I just, when Paulie makes those weird noises, like, yeah, and then like Rocky and stuff. Very emotional scene though. I really enjoyed it because it comes off as like very natural.
especially because it fit the movie. The movie was not trying to be comedy or anything, or like it was just drama.
I mean, Paulie had his funny moments, but he was
did.
shitty doing it because like, you want the bird? Go ahead and eat the bird. And he like throws the bird, but he has a chicken leg, and then he like eats it, and he looks at it like, "You're hungry, Rock?" And he just takes a bite out of it.
I think I'll probably be off the top of my head, one of the only like funny lines I can think of Paulie is when it was Rocky IV and they're about to introduce that stupid robot.
Oh yeah, that's a good scene.
and they have him blindfolded. Christian, have you've seen Rocky IV, right? Yeah. You remember the scene I'm talking about? And he's like, they're like, "Oh, we got to get your gift," and Paulie's like, "Is it parked in the driveway?"
It's bugged in the driveway.
I use that joke every time. Each birthday I have. All right, Josh, we got you a gift. Is it parked in the driveway?
Yeah.
Josh, I got you a gift. Is it parked in the driveway? It's also Christmas when it's my birthday because my birthday is literally the 23rd. So,
Are you
Josh,
serious?
Yeah. How did
Your
you not
day is
know
on. Your birthday's on Festivus.
What the fuck is that?
You don't know what Festivus is?
No.
Festivus for the rest of us. Okay,
In one ear, out the other.
That's a Seinfeld reference for all you Seinfeld watchers.
I thought you said you don't watch TV shows, man.
Everyone knows Seinfeld.
Switching up. I don't watch Seinfeld.
You don't watch Seinfeld?
I literally just watched The Office.
Jerry.
I just know like the do 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 do.
Anyways, no, yeah, your birthday's on Festivus. Look it up. It's a great holiday.
Okay, yeah. Well, I also say that terrible joke. Like it's a dad joke. It's a borderline dad joke. You know, oh Josh, we got your gift. Is it parked in the driveway?
Parked in the driveway.
I use that every year.
I thought the part you were gonna mention was like when Paulie changed the robot to have a more like what is it, feminine
voice, yeah.
And I just
And it's
felt
like calling
weird
him
about
sport
it.
or something.
Yeah, I was like, Paulie,
I
don't.
wonder if they're gonna elaborate on that in the re-release.
I hope
Paulie's
not.
sexual relationship.
I
with
hope
this
they
robot.
remove the entire robot scene in the director's cut.
You didn't like the robot,
I fucking thought it was the weirdest part.
Dude, neither did I.
Here's my reaction. It was Apollo's reaction to the robot when he's just like turning. He's like, yeah, and anyway, what the. And then he just stares at it for 2 seconds, like I said. And he just goes back to the story.
Just pretend it doesn't exist. Like
I would rather have that.
Yeah. I'd rather they cut out the entire introduction, but they keep Apollo's reaction to the robot. Like, we know that the robot still exists. The robot is still part of the Rocky universe. Thing is, no one knows where he came from.
Yeah.
If this movie overtook the original Rocky 4,
Yeah.
then for the rest of history, no one knows what this robot is. I would be totally fine with it. There's just a robot in Rocky's mansion.
I'd be fine with that too.
That would be perfect for me. Apollo's just like, what the
what the.
Okay.
Anyways, but yeah, Rocky 4. I hope they change because there's going to be a director's cut. I think it's coming out in November of this year.
Oh, it's definitely going to be like the movie I used to break my my theater fast. I haven't been to a theater in so long.
Oh, you got to go.
Well, I'm going to
go
break my fast with that.
I'll come with you. We'll watch it. Yeah.
You will?
Yeah, man. What, the Django Unchained Leonardo DiCaprio? You will? That meme? That's good. Will. No, but like it's pretty crazy how it's just we're trying to follow the script and stuff like that.
Don't worry, we'll learn more as we keep doing this.
Yeah. I would say I was probably the less like confident one. You seem like you were pretty confident. Hey, Joshua Pursuit, this is the Real Talk Podcast. Anyways, let's
I speak for a living.
Yeah, I know you do.
That's what I do at my job.
Yeah.
I have to do this. I don't like it, honestly.
No?
I'm very shy as a person, but I just do this because I have to. Because I got sales.
That's fair. Anyways, yeah, we'll definitely
do you wanna do our little bit, my parents thing?
Oh, the
Talk
parents
about another
thing?
movie? In case we have people in case our one listener doesn't like Rocky films, they can hear about a different film.
That's fair.
All right, so what we're going to be doing is just my parents, as I mentioned earlier, are not like film geeks or anything like myself or any of us, really.
Yeah.
Never seen Godfather, never seen Goodfellas, never seen any of these classic movies. Really, my parents just watch like whatever, the superhero movies are kind of are very trendy, so they watch that.
Pretty common, yeah.
Yeah, so my mom actually really loves Marvel films. She doesn't really care for the DC films. And I understand that. Like, she doesn't love the characters. Like, she doesn't watch anything other than that main form of mass media.
Yeah.
So I understand why she wouldn't have the best taste of like Batman or anything.
No, yeah.
My dad's all right with it, but again, my parents are not film snobs. So every time I come home, as you guys know that I don't live here, and can I say where we're filming? I don't know if you guys are worried about like locations and everything.
I mean,
what's that? Oh, okay.
Yeah, just
so
say
yeah,
city,
like as you guys I'm not living with my folks here in Brampton. I'm living by myself in Waterloo, my own apartment. And so every time I visit my parents, I try to like watch a film with them that is kind of not on their radar. You know, like something like last time I visited my parents, I made my mom watch Jojo Rabbit because that's not a movie that she'd go to the theaters and watch, or she'd see on Netflix and watch.
Yeah.
You know, they're more into like funny movies, some action comedies, and that's and fucking Hallmark movies.
Really?
My dad loves Hallmark movies, and I don't. I used to like them until they there was just so much. They just became so oversaturated.
Oh,
I was like, yo, fuck this shit.
You know what my dad watches? He goes on Netflix and stuff, and he's like, "Hey Matthew, you want to watch Deep Blue Sea 3?" And I'm like, "Bro, I didn't even know there was a third."
I didn't even know there was a second. Yeah,
right?
Is Deep Blue Sea the one with Samuel L. Jackson? Yeah. And he's like, he just gets big. That scared the shit out of me. I saw it when I was like 6 years old. That scared the shit out of me.
Oh, it's a classic scene. Yeah.
But yeah, so this last night, I made my parents watch Luca, which if you haven't seen Luca, highly recommend it. I fucking loved it. I thought it was so cute.
Nice.
You know, did you watch it?
I gotta watch it. My family already watched it. They said it was good, so
It's so
I'm gonna
cute.
have time
I loved it.
to watch it. Yeah.
The kid from Wonder is in it. He was in Wonder. He was also
Jacob Tremblay.
Jacob Tremblay.
Yeah. He's Canadian.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
The guy from Shazam, not Billy Batson himself, his friend, his best friend.
Yeah. He was also in It, right?
Yeah, he was also in it.
Yeah.
Funny thing, I've never seen it.
Never seen It?
I'm not a horror film person. I've seen The Silence of the Lambs.
That's a good one.
It is, but I didn't understand why it's a horror film.
It's
more of
less
a
a horror and more of a thriller.
Yeah, it's a psychological thriller. Like, yeah, now I'm worried that there's someone out there trying to eat me, but
I mean, there always is. You know, anybody can be a serial killer deep down, and yeah.
Yeah,
imagine we just ended off like that. Like, yeah, we're all gonna get eaten alive by serial killers.
Feel free to check out our Patreon.
Feel free to check out.
Sponsor us. We owe people money.
We owe,
and he's sitting right there.
We owe a lot
on
of
his
people.
phone.
There's a guy named Tommy. He said he was gonna whack me in two weeks.
Anyway, fucking Luca.
Oh yeah.
Fucking Luca. I made my parents watch it. My dad is very like. my dad doesn't really like watching films that he doesn't know much about, that he isn't super interested in.
Right.
Like when I told him like, oh, we're gonna watch this movie called Luca, it's a new animated movie. He's like, oh my god, what's it about? And I said, oh, it's about sea monsters. He's like, ugh. Yeah, like my dad's
That's
reaction
literally
to
what just like, I can't do this.
yeah, my dad's reaction to everything is literally ugh. Even when I play music, like I love like Phil Collins, and he likes a few Phil Collins songs.
Yeah.
But if I play like I don't know, like China, that song,
Yeah.
my dad will be like, ugh, can you change this? And I'll be like, but Dad, I'll treat you like China.
Does he at least like the Tarzan soundtrack?
I don't think he's ever heard it.
I wanna know. Can you show me?
Are you thinking about Tarzan, or are you thinking about Brother Bear?
No. Well, both. Tarzan is Strangers Like Me.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I've actually never listened to. I've never seen Tarzan or
You
Brother
gotta
Bear.
watch Tarzan, man. That is
I know
such a
I'm
good
probably
movie.
like the last person to comment on animated films because I've seen so few. But you know, I mean, I thought Luca was really cute.
Nice.
My dad. So yeah, my dad. That's how I like
Yeah.
judge if a film is really good, because first of all, like if I really like a film, it's really good. But then it might be good for like a niche like demographic. Like I loved The Irishman. I recently watched
Yep.
it. Thought it was
Oh,
fantastic.
man,
Parents
yeah.
will never watch that. Normal people won't watch
I'm
The
gonna
Irishman.
try to convince my dad at least because he.
I would have expected your dad to watch it.
He doesn't have the time, you know.
What's that?
I would expect that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because I told him I was like, "You seen it, right?" And he's like, "Nope." I'm like, "What? We watch Goodfellas. We watch all."
If your dad likes Scorsese films, that's like the Scorsese film to end all Scorsese films.
Well, whenever we watch a Francis Ford Coppola film, when we have time and stuff, he's like, "Oh, I got the wine," because Coppola has his own wine.
Mhm.
So we watched Apocalypse Now with Coppola's wine, and little did we know, we drank it all first, and then we just like passed out midway through the movie and stuff, and we're just like,
can I come hang out with you guys on movie night? Wait, what?
we're thinking of watching rewatching the Godfather films.
Dude, you
with
have to invite
Coppola's
me.
wine. Yeah, of
Oh,
course.
and honestly, I've never had that. I'm not a wine person.
Really?
I'm not that experienced with wine. I'm more of a Scotch.
You told me you drank a lot. You drink a lot.
Don't
Josh.
say that. I don't drink a lot. I don't have a problem.
No, he doesn't have a problem. He just like
I just-
passed out like the day before, and he's like, "Oh, Nevis, can we reschedule the podcast and stuff?" I know you said to not tell the viewers, but I just couldn't. It was very heartbreaking, you know.
So anyway, Luca was really cute. Dude,
was
I'm not a
good.
fucking drunk.
Okay,
Anyway, I thought that the story was really great, because
Yeah.
I find with a lot of like these Pixar films, what a lot of them do is they really like hit you in the heart, you know? It's like Up. You want to cry after 11 minutes, right?
yeah,
I've heard a lot of really great things about Coco, Inside
Coco
Out.
was good.
Yeah?
I some Pixar films I'm a little bit iffy
Good
about.
Dinosaur?
No, I'm not even gonna watch that.
Yeah, no, don't bother. But with Luca, the thing is, there's not really that much of an emotional. There's not really too much of like an emotional like impact. It doesn't really hit you that hard. Obviously, like it still hits you kind of, but it's not like, you know, Luca dies or something. It's nothing like that
Damn,
happens.
If Luca dies, I'd be
That's a
fucking
dark
crying,
movie.
man.
But no, I thought like it's just a really feel good film, you know.
Yeah.
And I feel like the soundtrack. I've been addicted to the soundtrack. The soundtrack really
Oh.
reflects that. It's a very feel good, like whimsical. Like this is a little kid, and he's like seeing something new for the first time. It's like, you know,
Right.
you ever been like when you were a little kid and you'd go somewhere new, like maybe to the amusement park, and you're just like,
Yeah.
holy fuck, this is freaking amazing.
There's freaking laser beams attached to their heads.
Yeah.
Dr. Evil here. I'm sorry, Josh. Go on.
Yes, $1 million. No,
I'm beating a dead horse.
it was really like, I just felt like it was a really feel good film. And then obviously, again, like Jacob Tremblay,
Yep.
I really can't remember the kid from Shazam, and I feel terrible. And I feel like somebody's going to be pissed off at me if more people listen to this. People are going to be like, that asshole doesn't look up the movies. You have no respect.
I'm
sorry.
It's okay. I was gonna say, damn, I forgot the kid's name.
Thomas?
No. It was he's also Canadian. He's got like I forgot.
Anyways, the voice acting was fantastic.
Yeah.
Those two kids, Maya Rudolph is also in it, along with a plethora of other
nice.
actors who I unfortunately do not know. But the voice acting was stellar.
Oh yeah, Josh. Speaking of Maya Rudolph, have you seen the Mitchells versus the Machines?
I keep seeing that. I didn't watch it because I
Bro.
didn't think it was going to be good.
You gotta get on that.
Really?
Yeah, it's a funny, emotional film.
Emotional.
Yeah, but it's emotional in a good way.
Saying it's gonna make me cry.
You gotta watch it with your family. I think that's a family movie. That is a family movie. I think you guys would like it.
Okay. Yeah. Next time I come home.
Yeah. It's on Netflix. It's
I have to rewatch what's that movie called? Jojo Rabbit with my mom again, just because she fell asleep. She was really tired that day, so she fell asleep. But she actually really liked it. Yeah. And my dad was actually working because I think I had watched it with That was when I came back to do the short film, and because I had come home for an entire week. Are you posing up because you didn't see Christian? Are you posing up because you saw Christian's taking the photo? Let me get my good side.
Maybe not. I don't know. Thank you for pointing it out, Josh. I fucking hate you now. Anyways, talk about Coco. No, it was Jojo Rabbit.
Jojo Rabbit. Yeah. So,
I'm sorry. Oh yeah, Josh. Like you don't pose when you see the picture and stuff like that. You're just like,
yeah, but I don't like try to like sexy up. I'm not sexy.
sexing up. I'm just moving. That's what you do.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, let's move on because I'm uncomfortable now. Yeah, so my dad was like my parents, my dad. I think my dad would like Jojo Rabbit just because like we were sitting. He was working that day, so he was in the dining room on his computer, like doing work.
Yeah.
Me and my mom were in the living room. My mom had gone up really early and went on a walk because my mom's like a trailblazer at this point.
Oh.
So my mom's tired, so we were both sitting down to watch it. And the opening scene is the opening Heil Hitler scene where Jojo's like Heil Hitler. I feel like this is actually not a good thing.
No,
to
go
say.
on, Josh.
I'm
describe the scene.
Listen here, I'm a man of color, so I.
No. Don't worry. You go all the way.
So you have what's his name, Taika Waititi dressed up as Hitler. You have Jojo himself, and he's like Heil Hitler, Heil Hitler, have a good day, Heil Hitler, Heil Hitler. Gosh. And my dad's just in the living room, in the dining room. He's like, what the? Are they saying Heil Hitler? And I was like, yeah.
Your dad's thinking like, yo,
is Josh like showing my wife
Josh a Nazi?
Nazi propaganda? And my mom's laughing, and she really liked it. They also love Scarlett Johansson just because of Black Widow.
She's a good actress.
She's a great actress, but they know her best for Black Widow, like Natasha Romanoff. So my mom likes her for that reason. I like her for two other reasons.
Josh, I'm gonna show this to your mom.
Please
and
don't.
she's going to ask, Josh, what did you mean by you have two reasons why you like Scarlett Johansson?
No, Carrie's going to listen to this and she's going to be like, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah, no, that's right. Especially that part where you talk about your
my
fucking penis.
Massive
dong. Yeah, isn't that fun? See, I'm professional. Josh is like, well, yes, a sexual innuendo.
Double entendre. That's what?
Butt cheek. All right, I'm going to talk about Coco for a second.
No, Jojo Rabbit's a fantastic film. If you haven't seen it, I
is.
definitely recommend checking it out. It may not be on your radar, but for somebody like my parents that don't really watch more artful films or films that like don't really have sequels or anything or aren't part of series, it really they enjoyed it. And my mom and I are going to rewatch it because again, she was tired, so she fell asleep. She didn't see like a good portion of it.
Yeah.
My dad was working, so he didn't get to watch it. And then Luca, like my dad, after we watched the movie, I was like, hey, so how'd you like it? He was like, it was really good. And he was like looking it up afterwards on his phone because he does that with any film he likes. He just reads about it on Wikipedia. Apparently they're thinking about doing a Luca 2, which I'm not really feeling it.
More Luca.
No,
Too Luca, Too Furious. Is that what they're gonna call it? It's okay. Hey, Pixar is good with their sequels. Is
our lunch here yet?
What?
Is our food here yet? I gotta get out of here.
Why do you have to get out of here, Josh?
Because this guy said Too Luca, Too Furious.
Too Luca.
Can you blame me, Christian?
What the fuck? Look, not all of them are gonna land. All right, we throw jokes out and we see if they land. If they don't, then we move on.
By the way, I think there'll be a like and dislike button on the YouTube video. Give us a bunch of dislikes if you hated it. It'll give us a lesson. It'll teach us something.
No,
it's a learning moment.
Don't say
If we get a bunch of thumbs downs,
no, instead just comment saying like,
Josh, you need to shut the fuck up.
Josh, you need to shut the fuck up. Matthew, you're pretty decent. I'll give you a thumbs up. And I think my favorite part was Christian because I couldn't see him. And
also, please don't say anything mean about me. I'm very sensitive. Please don't.
Whatever.
And not to mention, Matthew and Christian will give me enough shit after this as well.
Look, I only do it because I care for you, Josh. And I know that, other people in the world wouldn't do that. They'd be like, I'm going to be nice to Josh. And I'll be like, no, fuck that. I'll be not nice so that the contrast would work better,
Bitch, no one's nice to me. Wait, what?
Wait, what?
No one's nice to me. You gotta be nice to me. Hey,
Okay, fine. You're a nice guy, Josh. And I like what you said about like the whole being influenced by different movies and stuff like that. Even if, for example, your family watched Luca and stuff like that, and they were like, "Oh, I really enjoyed this" and stuff like that. It makes them understand more about, different types of storytelling and such. Because I get it. Like there's a lot of common films in theaters, and everyone seems to watch the same thing over and over again. But it's kind of refreshing for you, especially, to be like, hey, why don't we just watch this one?
And I mean, there are films that I shouldn't be showing them. Like, oh shit, I'm trying to think. They're like I'm trying to be wise with the movies that I'm picking, because like some movies are just like they'll be like, what the like I can't watch Casino with my mom. There's a scene where there's a woman's bare ass out. I can't watch that with my mama.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with the film picks, Josh.
But even beyond that, like just the genres and stuff. Like I don't think my parents would ever be into like good movies like Goodfellas or The Godfather or anything. Yeah, because they're not really into that kind of thing.
Wow.
So I definitely have to pick and choose. But my hope is that they'd be more open to other films. That are a bit not so much on their radar. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like let's talk about
a lot of great films. I'm actually curious, Christian, how much time we got?
5 minutes left.
5 minutes?
Why didn't you write something in the chat?
No, it's okay. All right. Christian's like, I figured you guys were gonna like run out of steam at some point. You fucking guys. Anyways, like to top it all off, we talked about Rocky. We talked about what you showed your family, your mom and dad, movies. And I think that's really interesting too. What do you want to talk about now? Because we got 5 minutes left.
Well, I'm thinking, because when we were doing the Cupid, you were giving some really interesting ideas for how you'd write Creed 3.
Oh, yeah.
Rather than doing the whole like, I'm going to fight a clubber-laying son. I think it's interesting to hear what you had in mind.
Right. Okay, so before we end off the show, I think this could work. And if Michael B. Jordan, if you're listening to this, which you're probably not, because you got better shit to do.
Can you like get less handsome? Because I have a girlfriend and I can't have that.
Michael B. Jordan's gonna laugh and be like, nah. Anyways.
When I saw you take your shirt off in Black Panther, I felt
Josh, can I talk to him?
Yeah, go for it.
Anyways, so this is the pitch for Creed 3. So essentially, in the Rocky movies, Apollo has other kids. This is
he does.
He has older older kids.
Yeah,
they're older than Adonis. So my theory was, why doesn't one of them go into boxing as well? Trying to be like Adonis, but this time he doesn't have it as luxurious as Adonis did in the first Creed film, and he's realizing that. So he's just like, no, I want to take the name. I'm a Creed, not you, and stuff like that.
That's
and
a good
he
idea.
Actually challenges Adonis. He's an older gentleman that like is gonna fight Adonis, and there's a dynamic there, because you could be like, oh well, it's going to end with Adonis winning, but here's the thing, there's a family dynamic between that and such. And I'm thinking, to make it even more dramatic, they could have what's Apollo's wife's name?
Loretta?
I think so, Loretta Creed or something.
No, that does.
There
not
could be
sound
something
right.
around that too, where she's ill and both siblings come and see her and stuff like that, and there can be a dynamic there of like, oh, who do you love more and stuff like that, and she's of course gonna say, I love you both, but it's like Marianne Creed. Where do we get Loretta? I don't know.
Loretta Stinson from How I Met Your Mother. That's where I got it.
That is a stretch, but yes. But no, like type of dynamic like that. I think the greatest comparison I would say is to watch Warrior with Tom Hardy and Joel Edgerton. I think that dynamic in terms of brother. Yeah.
Because I was actually going to mention, like, I think boxing would actually be, I think it would be interesting to take the focus away from boxing. Yeah. And instead, they're two fighters, but this isn't a boxing match. This is like, they have a lot of beef, because this guy does not like Adonis, like this older brother or half brother or whatever. They don't like each other. And this is like something they established from like the beginning. Like, these kids never got along growing up. Adonis was always an outsider. And the legitimate son was always upset that Marianne was giving him so much attention. Right. And then he sees Creed win the title under his father's name. Mm-hmm. And he's like, that's bullshit. That's my dad's name. He's becoming more and more upset throughout the years. He's seeing all this. And then now it's more of like a familial drama about, is Adonis legitimately a Creed? Is he going to actually be accepted by his siblings? Because let's say they want to do something big, and I don't know. I just think it would be very interesting. And then like it is still a Creed film. Like there's still boxing fights, boxing and everything. But then maybe there's some kind of like street fight or something, like pretty much a better version of the finale of Rocky 5 to like settle everything.
Yeah.
And
that would be good.
They do something like an Aquaman where the mama shows up and she's like, "Stop fighting. There shall be no more bloodshed."
I think less dramatic because I feel like Aquaman is just in your face, but I totally agree.
She shows up in white and everything. She looks like an angel.
I know, that's so crazy. But yeah, I think that would be great. And I also want to see more of just Adonis and his family because I think that would be really nice.
Yeah, well, Christian's about to turn blue in the face. This guy's been saying like, you guys start wrapping it up. So, in 3 minutes.
We got 3 minutes.
Let's just call it now.
Let's call it?
Yeah, I mean... there's always next week's episode, and
Christian is doing this.
What the? Oh,
I'm gonna kill you guys.
He's doing that Italian thing. He's giving me the Italian like this.
You talk too much about Rocky, and this is coming from me. That's what Christian is saying. So I think
Christian looks like he's going to have to turn blue. His forehead veins are showing up. So I think we should call it.
That's fair. That's fair.
But yeah, if you did enjoy the podcast, give us your feedback. We're always trying to get better.
Yep.
And we want to provide really good content. We just love films, and so let us know what you'd like to hear us talk about.
Yeah. And if you guys have any questions or any suggestions about what we could talk about next, if you guys are interested and stuff like that, feel free to comment. I think that would be amazing. And I think we have all of our social media on our YouTube channel linked up. So
and you should be able to see a screen with our social medias at this point if you're watching the YouTube videos.
Check out the description and
take it easy. Peace.
Yeah, cool. Peace.